Welcome to Straight Out of Savannah, Talking with Tammi, a podcast that showcases people you may not know who are choosing to use their gifts to inspire and move the planet.
Thank you so much to my guest, Patrice Jones, and I would love for her to come on and talk to you about what it is that she does right here on Straight Out of Savannah, Talking with Tammi. Patrice?
Hi, Tammi. Hello. Hi, my name is Patrice Hutton-Jones. You want me to introduce myself?
Yes.
Okay. I am currently living in London. I'm from Chicago. I am body wealth mentor. I am a body whisperer, industry insider, and body wealth mentor to A-listers, high performers, and conscious entrepreneurs. And I help high performers really dig deep, and with my tools in creativity, because creativity is my superpower. So I work with my clients to find balance in their body with the framework or method of the body wealth system that I am the creatrix of. I've been doing that for 28 years now, and it's still growing, still expanding, and I have experienced and seen some amazing transformation with my clients, and why A-listers are attracted to me and high performers, like when they get up in their business, is because they want that special high touch co-creation with someone like myself, and also someone that is going to be discreet, still, like dig deep, but keep it real. Keep it real and be honest about, like what they're dealing with. And my gift is to be able to see how that's happening in the body and how to address it energetically, mindset, and physically, with different nutrition and other things that I've helped myself to heal my issues with.
Okay, that was my question. So the next question was, how did you come to doing this work? Because what I'm noticing is that most people, they come to do the work that was born out of their own healing journey. So was that true for you?
Definitely. It was definitely true for me. I had lots of like issues when I was growing up, like with my health, like with my throat. I really suffered with lots of colds and like strep throat, different ailments that are not normal. They're called like common, but they're not normal.
Right.
And then I also found out later on, years later, that I had a scoliosis.
Yes.
But because I could do gymnastics and I danced and I did yoga, I kept my spine long, so I didn't suffer with scoliosis. But if I get tired, or if I don't continue doing, like some of this extreme yoga, it starts to twist. So that is kind of like was my impetus to really look after my health. And when I was told I couldn't have children because I suffered with endometriosis, like the different illnesses kept getting more intense. And I was taking painkillers that weren't working. So the painkillers weren't working, my digestion was suffering. I woke up with one day my head was swelling, I guess this was maybe 2 weeks in a row, swelling. My hands were swelling. I was only eating 1 meal a day. And I heard my intuition came on. So I heard my intuition again, and it told me, don't leave your children motherless.
Oh, wow.
So that was enough to kind of put some fire up my butt and to change, to take control, to become the leader, to become the leader of my health, to become the leader of my life. Because doctors can help you so much, but they don't have all the answers.
Yes.
We have the answers in us. Or we wouldn't have doctors and scientists and, you know, Einsteins today. So where did they get that information? We have all the answers inside of us.
Wow. So do you take your clients through that particular type of journey to encourage them to take control of their health and connect with them so that they can find the healer that's within them?
Most of my clients come to me with like a problem with their spine, a problem with their neck, maybe low energy, and it's always much deeper than that.
Yes.
It's always much deeper than that. And so the way that I've been working is I upgrade the DNA.
Okay.
So I upgrade the DNA first, and I learned a method with Samantha Bearden called DNA and restructuring. And so, and then I use that within my body wealth system. So when you upgrade the DNA, you have more access to your intuitive gifts. You know, miraculous healing has happened with a lot of the DNA activation.
Okay.
So I approach it from that point of view first, and then I address energy, and you know, like I have my own method. I do, you know, I use essences sometimes. I sometimes do mind work. There's coaching involved, so we'll address, you know, belief systems, and I take unconventional methods of working with my clients. So it's not like the same the way I would work with everybody.
Right.
I approach everybody with a new set of eyes.
Okay, gotcha.
Which is how we should really approach our health. Because
Yes.
everybody that has diabetes, they don't have the same background.
Yes.
They don't maybe eat the same foods.
Right.
They don't have the same thoughts, or they don't have the same emotional baggage. So it has to be treated in a different way.
Yes.
To really get some transformation.
That's powerful. So now, do you work with people only in person, or do you work with online, or how do you work with your clients?
I was working with people one-on-one. I do work with people like in a VIP like type container, which is a 30-day container, and then I have another container of 90 days, so it's a much deeper dive. That's how I work. Sometimes I go away with my clients and work with them that way. I work in groups, so I'm going to start I've worked on retreats loads, but I'm facilitating my own retreat.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is going to
so
be.
I just feel I get much. I'm really focusing on working with people that want to become a leader, because that's what's needed in our community, in our world. We need more leaders to help, you know, shepherd other people through to waking up, to supporting them in different ways. Like I can't work with everybody.
Right.
But if I can help wake up another leader, that ripple effect is much more powerful.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. 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 Well, I'm just excited just to be on here to talk to you about this journey. So now, where do you see yourself going, say, in the next 5 years?
Well, I paint, so I will probably be painting a lot because it brings me lots of joy. I'm gonna maybe do an exhibition there. I'm writing a book. I'm working on a film.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have I want my work to bring a lot of awareness and change in the mental health world.
Yes.
With mental health practices. I feel that we're letting a lot of people down.
Yes.
With how we're approaching mental health. I mean, aside from everything else in the body, with the heart and the kidneys and prosthetics, the medicine has really advanced, in those areas. But when it comes to mental health, there's very little that we know about the brain. And there's very little that we know about mental health. And we have to approach it from a holistic point of view.
Yes.
And maybe have more support in place before people are needing mind-altering medications.
Right. And so where did your drive to encourage more holistic treatment with mental health come from?
I studied a lot about when I did my shamanic painting course. I read loads about how there were a lot of medical breakthroughs and how people were even diagnosing their own illness through painting.
Oh, awesome.
And also, like having a family member that has mental health issues, it not being talked about within the Black community. Also, the Black community are more predisposed to mental health issues just based on the fact that we were taken from another country,
right,
put into slavery, and
right,
that our voice was just strangled for years and years and years. The fact that there's still, there's still racism now in America, 2019.
yes, absolutely.
So that is bubbling underneath the surface for a lot of people, and not being able to really reach their potential, working in these jobs that they don't want to work. I mean, what do you think is going to happen? It's
like explode.
That's like a breeding ground for mental health issues.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
The fact that you want to get Joe Dispenza, he describes it really well. Like when you're trying to get a different outcome with the same behaviors.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a definition of insanity. So we're all insane.
Yes.
We're all insane.
Because you keep going around that same merry-go-round.
And there's lots of connections back to gut health. And we're not taught a lot about nutrition.
Right.
We're being disconnected from nature.
Mm-hmm.
By America is really lucky that there's so much land. So, you have access to open spaces, but the air isn't great,
Yes.
So to be able to connect with nature and people, and this causes us to disconnect. Even though we can connect from all over the world, we still have to be able to connect as people. So what's happening to our children?
Exactly.
A lot of them, a lot of them are getting dopamine hits, and they're having breakdowns really
Yeah.
young. A lot of that is kept out of the news.
Oh, yes.
We're not told about how the phones are affecting our children's mental health.
Right. And the thing is I can attest at what you're saying because I see it because I work in the mental health field. So I
Okay.
see them coming in younger and younger
Yeah.
with all kinds of psychosis and stuff, and it's amazing just to look at it and see it, for what it
And
is. I'm like, because when you have an 18-year-old come in wanting to commit suicide, there's something wrong.
and it's interesting how if like the more that I study about it, a lot of it goes back to the gut health.
Hmm.
So if you're eating all this devitalized food,
Hmm.
if you're having food with loads of pesticides and stuff on it,
Hmm.
you know, that's affecting us. That is
Yeah.
affecting us on a really deep level. And when I studied vibrational medicine, the medicine, the flowers and everything that I put together were like you make medicines with flowers and herbs,
Yes.
allopathic medicine, but
Hmm.
it's chemically altered. But the flower essences are made to bring us into balance, but everything is natural. It hasn't been chemically altered. And the way that you would maybe help someone come into balance with those flowers is you have to look at their history, their family pattern. How are they affected by stress? You
Yes.
know, what fears are coming up? Are they really angry? You know, there's we don't address health like that.
Right.
And if we addressed health like that, um, we would probably have a much warmer society
Hmm.
that works together. You know,
Yes.
start turning everything back so that we can leave this world
Yes.
greater than it
Yes.
is today. So
Yes.
really, that's what's driving me.
Hmm.
I want to leave the planet in a better state than I came.
That's powerful. That is powerful. That is really. Um, so, do you encounter a lot of support in places that you go, or, say, I don't know if you have groups that you go to. Do you encounter a lot of support for the things that you do?
um, I create my support. So I'm actually going to maybe put together some kind of circle, like a coaching um, a meetup,
Mm-hmm.
so I can maybe talk to people, give them some insight into flower essences, like speed coaching
Yes.
or speed healing. I might do something like that
Mm-hmm.
just to, just to help like within my community
Mm-hmm.
at at a good price, decent price that somebody can afford who that I wouldn't work with like an A-lister.
Right.
Um Also, like I go to different seminars, retreats. I have coaches that that I work with. Um, but there's no like other circles that I would go to. I think like I go to certain events and meetups with like-minded people.
Yes.
So I am conscientious about doing that. And also, I seem to when I really decided to follow my heart, I kind of meet people that like are on the same vibe.
Mm-hmm.
So they may not be doing the same thing that I'm doing,
Right.
but they may like I went on this tour called The Hidden Goddesses of London.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so there's like people conscious and waking up everywhere. This
Yes.
was a guy. This was a guy that was leading the tour. Um, and I'm going to like an open mic where you talk about your story. You know, maybe I'll read some poetry because I write. And I used to write songs. So, you know, I just
You are
actually,
multi-talented. You're
yeah,
multi-talented and living your best life.
yeah. And you know what? It can only get better.
Yes.
If you focus on, which I'm learning every single day, if you
Mm-hmm.
focus on the things that you're receiving, the things that you want for your life, you tend to attract more of that than what you don't have, you know?
Yes.
That's a big thing in my sessions with clients. Like if you constantly focus on what you don't have, you will just continue to create that.
Yes. And it takes you deeper down that rabbit hole too.
Mm, mm.
You know, it's like instead of creating the reality that you want, just continue to create more of what you don't want. You know, and it's amazing once people get that revelation because, you know, just like you, I'm creating my life as I go too. So once you begin to see it, even if it just opens up a little pinhole and you can just start to see that thing grow, then it makes a difference in your life.
Well, it's interesting that you work in the mental health field and that we connected and that that's something that I want to affect change in.
Hmm.
And what's magical is that's how the universe works, you
Yes.
know? Like they put people together like that, like, and that's how I work on the body. I'm connecting the dots, you know?
Hmm. I can see that. That's powerful. Um,
Yeah.
so, what is it that you would like to share with the people? Just something that's on your heart.
What's on my heart is open your mind to another way of being. Open your
Mm.
mind to, like, get in your heart. Like when I moved into the where I'm living now, I walked in and I just knew this is the place for me. I'm right across from a forest preserve. There's a lake, and I sat in my soul. I felt like I sat down in my soul.
Mm.
I actually had that feeling, that peace. And that's what people need to be connected to. Like, wake up to the whole of you. You're not just this flesh.
Hmm.
You know, you have all these different bodies and
Yes.
all this information, and we are just amazing spiritual people,
Hmm.
you know, having a human experience. And if we can connect to that, we can just do anything. We can really um, create a world that you want to live in, that you want to continue to bring your children up in. And, you know, how I approach my clients is 360 degrees. So, body, mind, soul, spirit. Um, and if we can do that,
Yes.
I just
Yeah.
feel like we will definitely do something beautiful for the planet.
Yes.
That's all I have to say.
All righty. So
Yeah.
right now, I want to thank my guest, Patrice Hutton-Jones, for coming on straight out of Savannah talking with Tammi. And I want her just to let the people know how they can reach out to her and how they can find her. And I'll also have the details in the post as well.
Okay. So right now, I have a business page. I'm there, Patrice Hutton-Jones. I have a personal page, Patrice Hutton-Jones, and I'm on Instagram. So I'm in those 3 places right now and working on my website, but that's okay because work gets done without a website.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so people can get in touch with me there. I was going to do my own website. I'm not doing that. But just look me up on Facebook, send me a message, and let's connect.
Awesome. I have had such an amazing time with my guests.
Me too. I'm so happy that I got to speak to you, Tammi.
Yes, it's been a blast, and I hope that you've enjoyed it and learned a lot.
I have.
Also, and that people are able to reach out and touch you and be able to feel and internalize the services that you have, because you're revolutionizing the world. That's what I want to say.
Oh, thank you, Tammi.
I love to say the planet. Because I believe it's more than just us here, right?
Yep.
All right, so we're going to pop off here right now. And I just want to thank my guest, Patrice, again, for allowing me to enter into her space. And I hope that you guys, enjoy it, and make sure that you like it and share it out, and let all your friends know that we're doing Straight Out of Savannah, Talking with Tammi. And today was my guest, Patrice Hutton-Jones. I've enjoyed it so much, and I hope that you do as well. So we're going to pop off here.